My name is Patrick. Uh, this specific video is basically based on how to start your CAT preparation if you're starting from the month of May, right? Yeah, so let's try to look at. I mean, you can start your CAT preparation maybe in June, maybe in July, maybe in January, but yes, you need to have a plan. So this is just to give you a broad idea as to how to go about preparing for the CAT exam. So let's say steps to prepare. First step I would say is write a cat mock. Okay. There are a lot of free cat mocks. I will give you a link of a free cat mock in this particular video. You can write a free cat mock to understand the paper pattern. From there, analyze it and identify your weakness and strengths. Once you have done that, the next step would be to make a proper plan for completing the syllabus. At least till the syllabus stage, make a proper plan on it as well. Then, from May month to the mid July month, complete your syllabus. Mid-July to mid-August, revision plus mock. And mid-August to November, you need to practice mock and analysis. Now let's look at each of the steps properly. Okay. First step, as I said, write a mock. What is the advantage of writing a mock? It helps to know the paper pattern. So we exactly know. Normally we hear from people like what the paper pattern could be, but it makes sense to know the paper pattern by writing the mock. I know it could be a little disheartening because mocks are a little tough, so your scores may be low. But if you're really motivated, you will definitely prepare for the CAT exam. This will also ensure that to know whether you are really motivated to go ahead with the CAT preparation. It also helps you to know what type of questions that come in the examination. So look at a different type of questions that come in the examination, and it helps. I mean, these are type of question that come in logic. These are type of question that come in quant, etc. Remember that the type of question that come in the CAT is comparatively different from other exams, both in terms of quant as well as in DLR. So knowing the paper pattern will help you to understand type of questions that come in the exam. You can write a free mock. Go to the website prep.patrick100.com. There you will get a link. This is a link for the free mock. Go to that link and try to write the examination. Once you finish writing, analyze it. Basically to identify your weak and strong areas. So if you look at solve the entire paper and analyze the type of question that come first of all. So different type of questions, categorize it, find out okay, this is logic question, this is DI questions. From that, check the type of question you're comfortable with. Maybe you're comfortable with logic questions. Maybe in mathematics you're comfortable with averages. So you can categorize it based on that. Or you can do overall analysis. Okay, quant is my weak area. DLR I'm okay with. Verbal I need to work on. So categorize it. It's important to identify your strong and weak areas because when you're preparing, you need to spend more time on your weak area so that you can improve on the same. Remember, in most of the top colleges, there is sectional cutoff. So that means it's very important to work on your weak areas to ensure that you clear your sectional cutoffs. Next, try to make a plan for completing your syllabus. So you have approximately 2.5 months to complete your syllabus from May to mid July, which is approximately 60 to 75 days. So identify number of topics in each area. For example, quant you have approximately 20 topics. Allocate them to the days. For example, if I say 20 topics and there are 60 to 75 days, maybe around 2 days to 3 days per topic. In some case, you may spend extra time, some case you may spend less time, but balance it off on an average 3 days per topic. I think that is sufficient. Don't try to solve all the sums because that will take you a longer time, but try to solve whatever sums possible during this time period. Okay, again, more time for weak areas, less time for strong areas. This is just giving you a brief idea of the quant topics. I will have a more detailed video on how to prepare for quant, DLR and verbal, but this is just to give you an idea as to how. So 23 topics. So these 23 topics then you will allocate to 60 to 75 days, which may be around 3 days per topic. You may say that no, there is this particular topic I'm weak at. Let's say I'm weak at maybe geometry, so maybe I'll spend more time on geometry, but maybe I'm good at maybe averages, I'll spend less time on averages. You can allocate the time accordingly and then accordingly make a plan and prepare for the exam. Once you've done that, then we come to the next phase, which is May to mid July. Okay, here, okay, what we do is once we made a plan, we try to ensure that you follow the plan. I mean, a lot of times what happens is we tend to extend the number of days. We keep 2 days for averages, but we spend more number of days for averages, and that will affect the whole planning in terms of the entire. I know there are normally gaps in preparation, you get demotivated or you have a break in between, but as far as possible, try to come back on track and try to stick to your plan. That's very important. You need not solve all questions from the notes. I mean, a lot of people say that I want to master a topic. It's very difficult to master a topic. Try to solve as many questions as possible where you're comfortable with the fundamentals and basics. You cannot master a topic. I mean, I have scored 100 percentile number of times in quant, and I can't solve all the questions that come along. So that's perfectly all right. As long as you know your fundamentals, as long as you can understand how to solve the sums, and you feel you're comfortable in solving few of the sums, go ahead. You can always come back during revision time on the topics which you feel you need more practice. Okay, so come back during revision. Apart from subject matter, we recommend to do the following. Read, very important. Spend around 30 minutes to 2 hours on reading every time. Calculations, 15 minutes every day. And puzzles, 15 to 20 minutes every day. Do this regularly, and that should help you with your prep. Then mid-July to mid-August, recommend to revise. Go back to those topics which you find you're not comfortable, and revise on those topics. You can also start writing mocks during that period. Okay. Again, coming back to the revision, don't spend too much time on a topic. I know you may not be comfortable with some topic, and even after revision, you may not be comfortable. But that is always the case. Maybe till the examination is over, you're not comfortable. And I do find the same thing for almost all topics in the exam. But at least as long as you're comfortable, move ahead. That's what is important. You need to be fundamentally clear with the topic. And then start writing mocks. One mock per week, I feel, is sufficient. If you feel no, you want more mocks, you can write two mocks per week. So during this particular period, write 1 to 2 mocks per week so that you know where you stand, which area to prepare more, which area to prepare less, and make a plan accordingly. Once you've finished this part, we then come to the final part between mid-August to mid-November, where we practice, we write mock, we analyze, we try to improve on strategy, everything. I'll come with a detailed plan later on, but as of now, I'm just giving a rough plan where you write maybe around 2 to 3 mocks per week during this phase. Apart from that, focus here should be to analyze the mocks thoroughly. I mean, it may take even 5 to 6 hours to analyze every mock that is there. Apart from that, focus on practicing because you have to improve your methods. Mocks are one place for practice, but apart from that, I would recommend to separately practice and try to improve your methods. I'll come up with separate videos for this that will help you with regards to preparation. But as of now, you can stick to whatever is mentioned here. Make a plan for your next 2 to 3 months and try to follow the plan. Right? If you do this, I'm sure you'll be able to do well as far as the exam is concerned. You can subscribe to the channel on YouTube. We will come up with more videos that will help you with regards to preparation. Thank you.